Hello, I'm Tylah Tully, and today I'm joined by Ballard Mining Managing Director Paul Brennan. Paul, the company has just made its ASX debut. Talk us through the vision behind launching Ballard Mining as a standalone company.
Sure. Well, I guess if we start looking at it from the Delta lens, Delta has demerged Mount Ida into the Ballard company. Delta exists as a lithium company, raised $120 million a couple of years ago to fund its lithium ambitions. The joke at Mount Ida being that we continued to trip over the gold whilst exploring for lithium. So there's been a number of resource updates along that journey. And early this year we announced a resource of 1.1 million ounces at 3.3 grams per tonne for Mount Ida. And that really provided the platform for Delta to demerge the commodities. So Ballard has gone out and raised money via an IPO, and that can fund Ballard's gold ambitions, and then Delta remains as a pure lithium-focused company.
So what makes Mount Ida such an exciting opportunity for the company?
Good question. I guess there's probably three components. I think of mining as being, there's probably three key risks in mining. There's the resource risk. Resource risk is always number one. Met risk is probably number two, and then the permitting risk is number three. So in reverse order, we've got an advanced level of permitting at Mount Ida. We're on granted mining leases. There's no native title. We've progressed our mining applications to a point that the main deposit at Mount Ida, Baldock, is fully permitted for open pit and underground mining. We've submitted a works approval to DWERD for a standalone 1.5 million tonne per annum processing plant. We expect to get that approval back in the next few months, and at that point, we're fully permitted. And I guess the met piece, we've de-risked that to a certain perspective, and we'll continue to do that throughout the feasibility study. And then it comes back to resource risk. Resource risk is always number one, and with the use of funds, that's what we'll be looking to do is not only de-risk the current resource base, but also look to add additional resources.
You've mentioned the funds. How did the IPO go, and what sort of interest did you see from investors?
Yeah, it was really good actually. We were quite encouraged, particularly by the institutional support, and I guess that's a function of a number of things. Obviously the gold price. I think there's probably a recycling of capital occurring, where there's some money coming out of the ASX 100, 200 companies coming back down to the junior end of the market and looking for that uplift again. So we were oversubscribed. There was sort of three components of the IPO, and we were oversubscribed for each of those. So it's been really encouraging.
So what do the next 6 months look like for the company?
To do what we said we're going to do in the prospectus, and that's really is drilling. We've got two parallel work streams. One is to, as I said, to de-risk the existing resource base, and the second work stream is the exploration. So we're calling it grow and develop, and is to advance those two work streams together. So hopefully in 12 months from now we've got a de-risked 5-year plan, if you like, and then with exploration growth, we're starting to get visibility over a 5 to 10 year plan.
Paul, thank you so much for joining us today.
Too easy. Thank you for having me. Cheers.
For more ASX news and analysis, subscribe below.